Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Vivek Ramaswamy, and I want to talk about how Vivek Ramaswamy can save the DC cinematic universe. I think this is the path to victory for the 2024 U.S. presidential election. It's winsome, people care about it. It is dealing with America's greatest export. Our greatest export is Hollywood blockbusters. It literally stops wars. It has the power to do things that money simply can't. It makes lots of American celebrities who are quite literally deities on earth. They can do things that no amount of money could buy. No amount of money could buy what the power and the influence and the privilege that American celebrities have, right? The Hollywood blockbuster industry is unparalleled. It is the most powerful force on earth. I literally think American celebrities are more powerful than money, right? And so how can Vivek Ramaswamy save the DC cinematic universe, right? First of all, it's important that he does because there's billions of dollars and multiple industries on the line, right? And so what he would do is he would promise that on day one he would get Kevin Feige and James Gunn into the same room and tell them this is how we're going to save the DC cinematic universe. We're going to do a Justice League versus Avengers film. That will be a $5 billion movie, and we've never had a $3 billion movie in the history of humanity. That's a guaranteed $5 billion movie. Everybody's going to see it, period. End of sentence. And every single person, there will be no objections to being in the film. They'll just make the list, and they'll call up and they'll say, "Hey, you want to be in the film?" And people will just say yes. And the reason why is it's going to be historically unprecedented, right? It's going to be America's first official bald eagle blood film, right? Like made from the president's own hands, right? U.S. president saying, you can go kick rocks at both of you. I don't care about Marvel's dislike for DC. I don't care about DC's dislike. We're eminent domaining both of your intellectual properties, right? And your little fight is over. And the reason why is we know it's arbitrary, right? We know you're fighting just out of obstinance and spite. And the reason we know that is because we've all read Batman versus the Hulk, right? You guys used to be able to get together and make something real, and you're going to do that now because America needs you to produce, right? And right now, right, Warner Brothers has done the most abominable thing possible, which is make Batman suck, right? Like, DC is terrible. It is just like what Warner Brothers has done with the DC universe. How you cannot make billion-dollar films with the DC universe. How Aquaman is the only billion-dollar. Like, you can't make a billion-dollar film with Batman, with Superman, with Wonder Woman. Like, the amount of mismanagement is horrendous, and they're affecting U.S. imports. So the government's got to step in. So how can Vivek make this work? How can he make it real? How can he make it happen, right? Well, he just calls in, he promises it now, right? It changes and first of all, I'll tell you, if he promises this, he changes the whole ball of wax. Like, nobody's talking about anything but this, right? It will absolutely give him domination of the media cycle. And that's how President Donald Trump won. He dominated the media cycle constantly, right? And Vivek is not doing that right now. He's being very reasonable, right? And he's going to run into a big old loss. He needs to you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts, right? He needs to do something dramatic and dynamic, right? Because he's got to everybody's like, oh, he's such a, competent or reasonable person. Stop being competent and reasonable. Get nuts, right? You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts, right? We need to move the needle, right? It's the only way this is going to happen. Right? So how does he make this happen? He gets James Gunn and Kevin Feige in the same room, and all he's got to do is say, hey, check it out. I know you guys have reservations, but all those reservations are about to go away. James Gunn, you go back to Warner Brothers and you tell them the following. Kevin Feige, you go back to Disney and you tell them the following. The U.S. government is giving $500 million budget right now, with an accordion loan to 250 for another 250. You guys we want you to come in at 500 million, for the sake of the American taxpayer, but we're extending $750 million. That budget is larger than any budget that has ever been given to any movie ever. The U.S. government is putting up all of the money, right? for this film. It'll be the biggest budget ever. And you know what we're gonna do to do it? We'll make a few less. We'll make a few less tanks and fighter jets this year. It's fine. It's nothing for us, right? It's the change in the U.S. government's couch. Now go shoe off. Here's $500 million to $750 million U.S. government is giving you to make this film. Make the film, right? You people have objections? Have you ever been able to make a movie for free, right? And we're putting up the entire budget, $500 and $750 million, U.S. government, right? It's less than $1 billion. We're going to spend $800 billion on defense alone this year. It means nothing to us. It's some pennies we found in the couch. But for you, it's the biggest budget a movie has ever made. You will make your movie together on our funds, and you, Disney and Warner Brothers, will get all the profit, all of it, split equally. Yeah, right? Now scuttle off. Oh, and you don't like my idea? That's fine. Give me your list of which executives in your organization I can talk to next. I don't need you. I can replace you. Right? So get on board or get out. And the thing is, this is what the U.S. president can do. John F. Kennedy pointed at the moon in 1963. We were on the moon, right, in 1969. That's the power of the U.S. presidency. It's powerful. It is powerful at the level of Zeus, right? And this sounds outlandishly unpredictable. It is. This is unusual in every possible way, but it completely changes the narrative, and it starts to engage people who you spin around on YouTube and throw a foam rock, and you will hit somebody talking about Batman, Superman, Captain America, Rogue, right? People care about this, right? Whereas for the last debate, people couldn't even find it on YouTube, right? You couldn't even find the U.S. president, the 2024 Republican debate on YouTube. It wasn't even there, right? Whereas you will find thousands of videos about this because Americans care about it. This is a path to victory, right? And the thing I think I really want Vivek to realize is you are competent, you are reasonable. Stop being competent and reasonable. Be outlandishly unpredictable, because it wins. You can be competent and reliable when you get in. But right now, you need to move the needle. And that means you talk about things that are outlandishly unpredictable. Every single word of that is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and may God bless you and yours.